there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
8-yard line.
First down, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Drake. Murray's no gain, and it's second down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
At the 28-yard line.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
Ravens 14.
So they do get to 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points, and now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
24-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll run it. And shutting him off, now open field. And with the clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed, indeed.
And now this will be the final play of the half, as with no time remaining, they'll try and add 2 more to the lead right before intermission. And he will get into the end zone. So a perfect finish to the half. They get the touchdown on the final play, and 2 more for good measure. So we reach halftime, and what's been... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
It'll be the Cardinals who get the ball first. They trail here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. On the return, here's Edmonds. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
10 at their own 28-yard line.
So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. 3rd quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming. His throw incomplete. Christian Kirk, the man he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Matt Judon picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This is taken at the 23. Oh, what a juke into space. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. On the move to his left. He's going deep for Brown. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. But it's third down now. Rolling to his right. He uncorks it for Snead. And that is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Drake, and he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now. Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd and 6.
On third down, Murray. And he'll go underneath here to Drake. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 15 yards that time, and the Cardinals move the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Johnson, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
2nd down and 10.
To throw again, Murray, flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Matt Judon getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long.
3rd and long.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And he's going to go down again. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
With the score, Ravens 22, Cardinals 3.
Murray and company going for it on 4th. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Cardinals unable to convert there on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 37. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 63 yards. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
Sometimes with Lamar Jackson, I just step back in absolute awe. He's absolutely sensational. And with most quarterbacks, it's the first 3 seconds after the snap that you worry about what they're going to do. With him, if there's any additional time, you really have to worry as he breaks off another big run for a touchdown. Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of it.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes.
A loss of a yard. It's 2nd down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They'll roll him out right. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. The veteran Jimmy Smith there on the coverage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Eluding the pressure right. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. The quick feet by Jackson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
This defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number 1.
It should be number 1, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone.
Makes the score.
I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And a coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Murray going to try to throw on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
For the Cardinals.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to find his tight end Boyle. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Complete.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Sliding out of the pocket. Now he'll pull it down. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
That's good. We're up.
And Brandon, this is the time of the game when Jackson could really take over. He's got the defense's legs a little bit tired. He's got them on the run.
Yeah, this defense looks gassed, and you're exactly right. 2nd half with the lead. This is when Lamar Jackson seems to thrive.
Give him 16 yards on the play, and it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is up.